Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Earthen's Den. And in this episode, I just kind of briefly want to talk to you guys about the importance of happiness and owning your happiness. And what I'm seeing, especially in today's society, everybody wants to be somewhere that they're not. Everybody wants somebody that they do not have, or they want to obtain something that they are not within themselves, right? So we have people who want a person of a certain caliber, but they're not even in that they're not even on that level. They're not even in that range. And I'm all about personal development and all of those things. And so I think that's great. But I think the basis of like depression and anxiety and just all of these things is because everybody is just so busy trying to get to the next place that they're not really in a space of gratitude. And when I say in a space of gratitude, understand that it's not necessarily contentment or being satisfied with what you are. You know, of course, you should always be working to be a better version of yourself. But man, I look at my life and I'm so thankful. And I'm always in a space just of gratitude for everything that, you know, is here and here and now. And I think what's so important too, it's like, just kind of like, I think when you step back and you really realize, like, first of all, the power of belief. And, you know, you have these inspirational stories where, you know, things take off overnight. But when you listen to like the basis of their story and their overall evolution, it really wasn't overnight. You know, yeah, they started that business and they made, you know, 200K within their first month of sales. But if you listen to their entire life, the previous like 18 years or 5 years or whatever, you know, they were in seasons of cultivation. And I just think that overall, everybody is just always in that space where it's like, okay, I just want to focus on this. And don't get me wrong. Like I said, I'm all for going after your dreams and your goals. But you guys, this journey is hard. It's hard. And it's so many obstacles to overcome. And I just think about all the times there, you know, I wanted to be somewhere other than where I am now. And I realized the lessons that I've learned today and the lessons that I'm learning now currently are for my betterment. And I don't think I could have ever reached that level or even entered into that space where I was prepared. You know what I mean? Had I not been or, you know, have gone through what I have went through. And so, yeah, I think another thing too is like social media. I talk to you guys about this a lot, but it is seriously distorted the reality in so many levels. You know, you're not going to find a perfect person, you know, and I think that a lot of people are after materialism and all of these things that kind of make up of a person's status, and they fail to kind of look at a person's character. And, you know, I just think it's so important to just live your life, you know, live your life. And, you know, if you want something, become that. You know, if you really, really want something, first of all, you got to believe it. I think that's the premise is why so many people have not, you know, whatever it is that they're after. Like, that's why so many people aren't successful. Or that's why so many people, you know, struggling in that sense, or they feel like they have to do so much because they don't really believe it to be true for themselves. You know, I think when you really believe it to be true for yourself, you can enjoy the journey. You know what I mean? Like, if you really want something, you can really hold a clear vision in your mind, see yourself obtaining it, and just walk, you know what I mean, this journey of faith, because it doesn't happen overnight. You know what I mean? And I don't think that there's no such thing as like this perfect person, you know, that people are depicting in the media. And, you know, this illusion of if you obtain this, then you can have that. You know what I mean? And it's like I think that that's probably like the biggest lie ever. And I say that because it's just like it's just not true. You know what I mean? It's just not true. I think the same problems that you're dealing with internally, if you're not feeling worthy, it's not going to make a difference. You know what I mean? And you're always going to attract people who don't value you if you don't value yourself. So I know this is very brief, and I think I'm probably going to touch on this a little later this week. Probably in a different episode, but just hear me clearly, you guys. Happiness is now, and it's not necessarily always contingent upon circumstances. But man, if you can just change your perspective and just realize how blessed you are and just appreciate where you're at, and if you really believe that you're going to be successful, that you are going to achieve your goals, then just appreciate where you're going, because this journey is amazing, man. I think about the things that I've learned away. I think about the person that I'm becoming, and see, I was never really in a rush. You know, I think when I was younger, and anytime I even get in the space where I'm like caught up in the rat race, you know, it's just like I have to step back, because I'm like, man, life is amazing. You know what I mean? And overcoming my fears every step of the way is beautiful, you know. And in the days, man, if this pandemic haven't taught you anything, I think we all know that life is definitely short, and the days that we're here is valuable, you know, and it's beautiful. And just the people that you meet, every person you encounter, every situation, just embrace it, because it's beautiful. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't change anything. And I'm in no rush whatsoever. I feel successful every day that I wake up. I have a new opportunity. You know, I feel successful, the many mental challenges that I've overcome, and even just the spaces that I'm in mentally, you know, because it didn't happen overnight, and it's not going to happen overnight. And quite frankly, I don't want it to happen overnight. I want to be well prepared, and I want to enjoy it. But, you know, to enjoy anything that you're after, it starts now, and it starts right now and right here today. You know, you don't want to be so busy that you miss out on certain things, you know, and like I said, you gotta be discerning with this message and hear me clearly, because it's not a matter of contentment or complacency, you know, but it's definitely being in a space of gratitude. And, you know, you work so hard to get to something only to still be filled with that emptiness that you feel right now. You know, I think that's the illusion with social media and just certain things. You know, you think that if you obtain this, you're going to have that, and that's not true. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're going to have definitely a lot less worries. You're not going to be worried about certain things. You know, granted, that's the reward of like hard work and, you know, working towards what it is that you want, you know, financial independence. I think that's something that we're all after. But at the end of the day, man, that internal work is serious. And I think it's that right there that can afford you the greatest reward and the greatest level of peace and anything else that you could ever look for, because it's all within yourself. You wonder why you're attracting a certain type of partner. You know, everybody's like holding out for this perfect person, and it cracks me up. It cracks me up. And we talk about like levels and beauty and status and money and all of these things, but it's like, how do you figure you're going to attract that if you're not that already? And that doesn't mean anything. Yeah, you can have a person with money, wealth, status, beauty, all of those external, you know, attainments, but at the end of the day, it's like, what good is it if you feel like crap on the inside when you're with them? What good is it if they drain you? What good is it if it lowers your self-esteem at the end of the day? What good is it if you're not seen? You know, what does it really mean? And so that was a rhyme, and that was totally unattended. But yeah, you guys, I'm gonna leave you guys with your thoughts. But man, this is something that's heavy, and I'm seeing it every day, and I just think it's just so important to just be thankful for where you're at and embrace it. Man, it's like every day is to be lived, not worried and like stressful and like planned. But okay, you guys, I'm gonna leave you guys with your thoughts, and I hope everybody has a great day.